Hey everyone, long time no see. It was a crazy last couple of weeks and I just didn't have time to record. I went on vacation and I was sick and just all this stuff happened. But I do have something new. I have a new camera. Hopefully the quality is better for you. But I was just getting tired of my old setup, so I switched to Canon, and so far I'm really happy with it, but we'll see how this video turns out. So today I have the brand new Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. I actually bought a few things from the line. I bought the Photo Focus Matte Primer Stick, I bought the coconut primer water, the powder, and the concealer. And then I also got their set of sponges, and I think these are like $3.99. But all of this stuff, I think nothing is over $5.99, and I ordered everything online because I couldn't find anything in the stores when it came out. And I've had this sitting for a couple of weeks to try out, so I wanted to do a wear test on it. I think all in all for everything, I paid like $30-ish, $31, $32, somewhere around there. So yeah, they're totally affordable, and I like affordable makeup because it leaves me with more money to buy more stuff. So let's get started on applying it to see how well it applies, and we'll go from there. So first thing, we'll talk about these sponges. Now this sponge is already wet, and I can tell you that it grew about almost double in size. What? What do you need? Really? You can't sit on my lap. I'm sorry, Cersei. If you guys don't know, this is Cersei. She likes to be in my videos. She's a little rascal, and she's very sweet. And she's a good girl. But I'm going to put you down, okay, baby? Let's get started with this again. Like I said, these sponges here, they feel very much like Real Technique sponges, and they look a lot like Real Technique sponges. I've got one right here, actually. So you can see they're real close to identical. I like the teardrop shape though of them, so we'll see how that works out. So let's start off with this matte primer stick. If you saw a video that I did on Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation that I did end up really liking, I didn't like it with the primer underneath, so that's interesting. And this is going to be an all-day wear test, so we're going to do half the face with the primer and half without, like we did before, just to see if there's any kind of difference, and then I'll be checking in throughout the day. So we're going to do this half with the primer and this half without. And this stick, I'm not sure what it smells like. It smells like something, but I can't really tell. It feels like I'm putting a glue stick on my face. It doesn't feel like glue. It just feels like this feels like a glue stick to me. But the primer does feel pretty good. As far as filling in the pores, it seems like it's doing a nice job of it. I'm just gonna press it in a little bit more. Yeah, it feels pretty nice. I'm gonna add just a little bit more right here where I have a lot of pores. And I'm just gonna press it in. Okay, so half with, half without. And I can see a difference. We'll see how much of a difference it makes with foundation though. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Stick Foundation, and this is in the shade Porcelain 848A. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty light on me. I tend to go with like the second lightest shade in most, maybe the third lightest if the shade range is pretty big. So it looks like this has a pretty good shade range. And I believe this is the second lightest in the range, and it's got 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, 21 shades. It looks like it kind of gears towards like a light to medium range. So, but it does have a 5-star review, but there is just one review on it. Let's see what she says. Tara says, I love everything about this foundation. It gives a beautiful finish, not totally matte and not dewy either, just healthy looking. Coverage is amazing, and the color ordered is perfect. I'm cool toned and fair, so I ordered Shell Ivory. Thanks, Wet n Wild. Haven't really heard much about these foundations or this whole line at all. So if you have any, yeah, that's really light. If you have any experience with the Photo Focus line or have heard anything, drop me a comment down below. so that I can see what other people are saying, because I can't really find much. Wow, that's really light. Let's blend it. Let's see what happens if we blend it. I might have put a little too much. I tend to have a lot of foundations oxidize on me, and so that's why I tend to go just a little bit lighter than normal. And also my neck is very pale, and so I try to go with what my neck is. It's very pale. As far as coverage goes, it's definitely a really nice coverage. I'm not really thrilled with the way it's sitting on my face at the moment, but it's not really sinking in. I don't know if I really expected that because it's a stick foundation. I don't normally use stick foundations. So I don't know if you could see that it's just kind of just sitting on top of my skin in some places. I look like a ghost. So Casper the Friendly Ghost here, but it does match my neck. So I guess that's a good thing. Let's move on to the concealer. And this concealer, I snuck and used before. And so far, I'm kind of wowed by the concealer. Like, my under eyes, like, disappeared. I know that this one already has like a swipe of concealer on it, but I mean, if you look at this, my eye looks like it's more lifted already. So I don't know. Does it rival Shape Tape? I don't know. We'll find out. So my camera just cut off, but I'm still getting used to the new camera. I did set with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. And as far as that goes, it actually did a pretty nice job setting. I do have just a little bit of dryness on my nose right here. I don't know if that's due to the primer or if it's due to just my skin, because I do tend to get like some dry patches. So next thing I'm gonna do is use the Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. And normally I would do this at the end, but I wanna do it now. Okay. The scent is nice. It definitely smells like coconuts, but it doesn't smell like real coconuts. I don't know if there's any real coconut in here, but it's not bad. It's pleasant. The only thing I don't like about it is this sprayer is like, I don't know. It's not a fine mist, and I do like a fine mist. My Morphe spray has a nice fine mist to it, and I do like that because with these things you get like water spots, and that just bothers me. So anyways, but overall, you know, coverage is okay, and it's sitting on my face much better after I set it, which is really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up all of my makeup, and we will be right back, and we'll check in throughout the day, and then we'll give our final thoughts later on today to see how it worked out today. So the look is all finished, and I'm going to check in throughout the day to see how this performs and see if it's worth it. I mean, for $4.99, it's hard to go wrong. But you never know. It could be horrible. It could be amazing. So far, it's just kind of so-so. It's okay. It's not stellar, but it's not bad. But let's check in throughout the day, and then I'll give my final thoughts at the very end. So I will be right back. Hey, it's been a little over 2 hours, probably about 2.5 hours. I'm sitting waiting in line, waiting for my kids to get out of school and drinking my strawberry boba. So far, I'm not seeing any difference between when I put the foundation on versus now, which is a very good thing. It looks like it's staying, it's not budging, it's actually doing a really nice job. As far as the primer goes, this is a primer side, this is the no primer side, and I'm not seeing a difference in that either. So I'm not sure if the primer is really worth it, but so far the foundation has been staying really well. So we'll check in again in a little bit. Okay, hour 4, and this is how it looks. I am seeing a little bit of breaking up on my chin, a little bit on my nose, but that's very, very, very common with me. As far as like where it's dry, I kind of mentioned that earlier. I feel like if I just exfoliated a little bit better, it might be better, but I mean, overall, it's not too bad. and I've just been like everywhere. Right now I'm home. Finally, I went out and did a bunch of errands this morning, and now I'm just kind of chilling and relaxing. So hour 4, still going strong. So we just hit about the 7-hour mark, and the makeup is hanging in there. It's actually doing pretty well. I don't know if you could see, like on the side of my nose, I still have that bit of dryness there, and I've kind of lost a lot of the foundation on my nose itself, but that's not entirely uncommon with me, especially during the cold season where I'm like rubbing my nose a lot because it's just really cold out. So otherwise, it's done a pretty nice job. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like I said, I thought that it was going to be really light on me, but it matched my neck like perfectly. I didn't put any foundation on my neck, and I usually do. And yeah, so I don't know, for $4.99, this stuff is actually pretty decent. Now, as far as this goes, the primer, I don't see a difference between one side or another. So I wouldn't even use the primer. I don't really care about it. I wouldn't bother with it. Really, there's really no difference. This is the primer side. This is the non-primer side. And there's like no difference at all with the way the foundation is sitting, with the way it wore during the day. There's nothing. And the concealer is fine. I actually really like the concealer, and it didn't seem to budge too much during the day, so that's pretty good. Powder seems great. So yeah, I mean, for like $4 or $5, this is really surprisingly really good. So I would definitely give it a shot, and let me know what you think. Be sure to hit that like button down there so that I know to make more videos like this, and hit the subscribe and notifications so that you know every single time I upload. And I will see you again next time. Bye.